Does anyone ever win a wrestling match with God? And yet, we all do it, every generation. We see a great example of that today in Matthew 22. In Matthew 22, Jesus begins by speaking of Judgment Day. Everybody is going to be invited to the great wedding feast with God, but not everybody will choose to respond. But rather than making themselves ready for that and listening to Jesus, being teachable, some just wanted to argue. The Pharisees wanted to argue politics. What's the role of government? Do we pay taxes or not? Sadducees, who didn't believe in the resurrection, wanted to argue theology. But Jesus answers the Pharisees. He silences the Sadducees. So some sincere questioners came, and they asked questions. Jesus, what's the greatest commandment? And he gives them a great answer. The Shema from the Old Testament. Another asks, Jesus, tell us about the Messiah, and he does. In verse 46, it says, then no one was able to answer him at all, and from that day on, no one dared question him anymore. Isn't that the wisdom of the day? How much better than trying to wrestle with God, argue with God? What if we were just teachable, humble, wanting to listen and obey?